Well, we're starting up a very mini godlike series. Let's take a look at the first one. This one is called God of Dynasties. This is version 1, although it is based off of a previous version, so I guess it should be maybe 1.1 or 2. But we're going to take a look at it. I like the funky shape. Pretty much I like the name. That's why we're taking a look at it. So we're going to take a look at it with our usual 3 teams of Liverpool and Aston Villa in the Premier League and our championship side of Ipswich Town. So with all that said, let's jump at the Premier League and see how they did. Now, I say mini-series. It is really only 2 videos unless I can find a couple more. But I just saw that 2 videos, both of God of something. The next one is God of Chaos. Both by different people. I figured might as well make a mini-series out of it. But looking at this one, God of Dynasties, Aston Villa, 89 points, making the tops. 104 goals is pretty nice. Liverpool with 110 and 87. It's definitely worked. Now, when I say it's definitely worked, it's worked for this save. The 89 and 87 points is not a lot of point for a tally, but it got them very nice goal tallies. It got them to the first and second place in the Premier League, so that's why I say it worked. But looking at Aston Villa's domestic cup, since they were up first, unfortunately dropping out immediately to Leicester in the Carabao Cup third round. However, they do get to the FA Cup final, losing out to Liverpool 1-2. And a perfect run all the way through the Europa Conference League to the final, 3-0 win over Besiktas. So overall, a fantastic season for Aston Villa, topping the Premier League charts, Europa Conference League winners, runner-up of the FA Cup, Carabao Cup we'll forget about. Taking a look at Aston Villa's squad, you can see 32 goals for Zaniolo, through the roof. 30 for Ollie Watkins, fantastic as well. Several more in double digits. Assists, you've got 16 for Alex Moreno, Diaby with 15, and then average rating Zaniolo with a 7.37. And as we switch over to Liverpool's domestic cup run, you can see out in the Carabao Cup quarter-final 2-3 to Nottingham Forest. They do face up against Ipswich, but winning this one, semi-finals of the FA Cup, 3-1 in extra time, and then as we saw, 2-1 win in the FA Cup final over Aston Villa. Unfortunately, Liverpool do not have the same luck in Europe. They lose out in the Europa League final, at least they got to the final, but 2-2 in penalties against Ajax. For Liverpool, we have definitely seen better. The 110 goals is pretty nice. Runners-up in the Europa League, runners-up in the Premier League, winners of the FA Cup, not too bad. And squad-wise, you could see 29 goals for both Salah and Jota, unable to make that 30 mark for both of them like Aston Villa did. But assists, 21 for Alexander-Arnold, very nicely done, and average rating Mohamed Salah with only a 7.26. It's a little bit down for him. Data Hub, through the roof attacking. Defensively, they are missing a couple of pieces, but very strong in others. So, as usual, is pretty much what we see. 2.74 goals per game, 1.21 conceded, 1.29 XG against. And Liverpool, actually looking a bit better in attacking and defense, but pretty much the same as Aston Villa. 2.89 goals per game, 0.92 conceded, 0.97 XG against, and 2 points down from Aston Villa in the table. Premier League stats, 2.34 points per game for Aston Villa, 2.29 for Liverpool. Most goals, Liverpool in first with 110, but Aston Villa a close second with 104, well above Man City with only 81. Fewest shots against, Liverpool in third with 291, Aston Villa with 347. Most possession, Liverpool make the list with 53%. Most dribbles made, Aston Villa make the list with 613. Liverpool actually get in the most tackles won list in 7th with 867, but most shots for Liverpool in first with 689, 637 for Aston Villa. But now, how did Ipswich Town do? Well, we know Aston Villa and Liverpool got to first and second in the Premier League. Ipswich Town gets to first in the Championship. 115 points, 125 goals is a pretty nice tally. Schedule-wise, out against Bournemouth in the Carabao Cup third round. Unfortunately, Lewis Travis being sent off in the fourth does not help, so out in penalties there. We've seen to the FA Cup semi-finals, losing out in extra time to Liverpool. Overall, Championship is usually where they always have it. They do get to the semis of the FA Cup though, so that's pretty nice. Squad-wise, goals 20 for Hurst. Fabian Reeder comes in yet again for 14. Connor Chaplin with 14 as well. Assists 12 for Wes Burns and Harry Clark. And it looks like Leif Davis is no longer here, so off to PSG most likely. But Cedric comes in with a 7.52, but Harry Clark with a 7.23. Championship stats, 2.5 points per game for Ipswich in first. Most goals in first with 125. Definitely ahead of Hull right there in second. But few shots against in second with 357. Most dribbles made in seventh with 706. And most shots for in first with 758. Now, taking a look at the tactic itself, we start out with a sweeper keeper in defend. We got fullbacks on the left and the right in attack. We got ball playing defenders in the central spots in defend, 2 DMs, a CM in attack on the midfield line, inside forwards in attack, mark specific positions. We look DLDRs, and then the advanced forward in attack up front. Attacking mentality, in possession attacking with his narrow, approach plays pass into space, focus played on the left and the right, passing directness is shorter, tempo is higher, low crosses and run at defense. In transition, counter press, counter, distribute quickly and roll it out. And out of possession, a high press line of engagement, a much higher defensive line, trigger press much more often, prevent your goalkeeper distribution, get stuck in, step up more, and invite crosses. So how did it do overall for these 3 teams? Yeah, pretty good. No question about it. I mean, Ipswich coming in first, 115 points, 125 goals is pretty nice. We have seen them better. We have seen them far worse. Liverpool and Aston Villa, yeah. Well, I mean, first and second in the table. It is a down season for them. 89 points actually is pretty nice. 87 is not too bad either. It's just about average for them, maybe a little above average, but still. They get the points, they get the goals, it's not too bad. And as I always say, if you took control of this, you could do a bit better yourself, do your own training transfers, match shouts, things like that, and you could probably get a couple more points out of some of those draws and losses. So overall, I think it's definitely one to take a look at. If you like the shape and if you got the players for it, definitely take a look. And let us know if you have taken a look at it, and let us know how it worked for you in the comments below. But that is it for me, Savvy FM, for the Football Manager blog channel, saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.